Hey folks, I just want to ask you a wee question before we go any further. Right, how many of you have heard of a gaming platform called Steam? Now, to reply, just smash the like button, maybe even put in comments, and then we'll get going with his starmerverse of stupidity. Right, so Keir Starmer, the international troglodyte of the year 25, 26, and every other year it comes after it, has alleged he wants to be blocking access to Steam gaming platform for all UK users. Right. Now, before I go much further, right, Steam is a very well respected gaming platform, and it's held to high standards, right? Much more so than Xbox, PSN, or the Google thing for your mobile phone handsets, right? But anywho, there's not exactly a specific defined reason that Keir Starmer wants this to be blocked for UK users. It's absolutely crazy, right? You know, with X, Elon Musk and Grog, right? There was a defined reason that was Keir Starmer a little butthurt about his face being kind of AI'd on to someone wearing a bikini. Now, although that thought in my head is absolutely repulsive, like visually, I can see the comedy in that matter, actually. Keir Starmer didn't, because he is about as funny as later stage cancer, right? And I'll say it again, later stage cancer, right? He threw a temper tantrum of biblical proportions towards Mr. Elon Musk and was trying to fire shots across the internet and say to Elon, your website won't be allowed on our UK country, blah blah blah. He made some kind of stupid reference towards pornography. That fucking AI thing was not pornography. If anyone wants pornography, come to me privately. I'll sort you out, okay? Oh my gosh. Yes. So, and the thing was, looking at it in a retrospect status, right? If Keir Starmer didn't throw such a baby tantrum, right, this shit wouldn't have got to where it was. And it'll be very little surprise at all to hear that somebody tried that with me. But it was slightly different. What they did was they were so fucking desperate and pathetic that, you know, from next to secondary school, so what a fucking surprise. And they looked through to find the cheesiest, corniest, cringe photo, take it, right click and save it like a fucking stalker, and paste via upload the photo onto a place called Glasgow Dumbasses. Right? Yeah, it was extremely painful at the time, right? But eventually it gets to a peak and then just drops dead, right? And this peak wasn't very high at all. It wasn't even higher than my kneecaps. So there we go. That's all we need to know there. And yeah, it did die, and everyone moved on, me inclusive. Right? The two that were sort of involved in that kind of moved on to slightly less legal ventures, but that's that. school doesn't really produce any MacArthur Grant Award people. Anyway, so yeah, with Starmer, I mean, what it was, right? As described, it was some woman wearing a bikini in Keir Starmer's face got imposed via AI, and to be honest, I don't exactly see the problem, right? He's a public figurehead. Of course something's going to appear at one point or another, and to pretend it didn't have a capacity to is just absolutely fucking dumb. But luckily, again, we're talking about peaks. That peak came, it raised to a certain peak and then just dropped, right? But if Keir Starmer didn't throw such a tantrum and fire shots here and there, then I can tell you something, it wouldn't have went any level of where it went. And I sincerely hope Elon Musk does it again, but something a bit more, revealing. It was as funny as anything. See, the thing is, in life, if you don't laugh, you'll be left in a fucking toilet crying, right? You've heard that phrase, if you didn't laugh, you'd be crying. And this is a simple translation of the matter. So there we have it. Yeah, many people use the gaming platform Steam on a variety of platforms, like PC and other things like Xbox. But the reason a lot of people actually take to the platform is simple. They're coming home, put the Xbox on, discharge from what they do in an average day, and mentally discharge. A lot of people go through a lot of heavy duty shit a day. Whether you're working or whether you're not is absolutely irrespective, to be fair. Right? If you're working a heavy duty job, you've got an NHS call centre and people are phoning up every 5 minutes with mental health issues, and yeah, oh dear, oh no. I've just lost it. What's it called? Well, I'll deal with it in a bit. Right. So, yeah, people have stressful jobs, people have stressful lives, people have bad neighbours. I used to have one. I think we've all heard about Staceyhurst, but anyway. Yeah. People have hard lives, difficult lives, and turning on that Xbox and playing is good for their mental health because it lets them detach and be absent for a little while. And also people who live in far out communities in like upper Scotland or rural parts of our own country, they can all gather and play a good game or whatever, there's many good things, and this is the adminning on the Steam is really fucking good. So nothing that can actually take place, to be honest. Problems are nipped in the bud before you start. So it's not even that, it's just Keir Starmer having an undefined reason to be a big mammoth bitch. Keir Starmer, you're a bitch. There's nothing positive that could come out of banning Steam from UK users. And why do we have to be banned and nannied and censored and controlled? It's absolutely fucking wrong. It's disgusting. There are gaming communities out there on Steam, right? And these communities really do look after people. And as I say, people are sometimes positioned in very remote locations where maybe they have like a bus or two a week. It can happen. So going out and connecting with people is an absolute non-starter. Right? It's just the way things go. Right? And unfortunately that's just the way things rock and roll. So to censor access to UK Steam users is absolutely wrong. Now I'll quickly talk about these VPNs. The VPNs are already getting blocked and censored and stuff like that, and messages on screens saying, oh, if you use a VPN you must be one of them. Ooh! It's a bit ironic because Keir Starmer got Jimmy Savile charges and convictions and jail 2 times over. So that announcement when people use VPNs is a bit fucking ridiculous and hypocritical, right? What else? Yeah, it's just, personally I wouldn't suggest using a VPN. You know, I know a lot of YouTubers do, but I don't, because each one of them are slowly getting closed and turned off, right? So to be honest, is it 100% worth getting a VPN? Nah. Right, there's big changes coming up ahead as well. More people under the VPN usage will find their VPN being useless as Humza useless. You know, so just best thing you can do is keep your own IP and play as many games as possible. Now, I sincerely hope this. What you call UK ban of Steam doesn't happen. But if it does, all I can say is make sure you fill in as many of these petitions, and also, if you're politically minded already, go and have a conversation with your MP, and until anything does happen, keep gaming, keep having fun, stick 2 fingers up at Keir Starmer when he's on the telly, and until the next time.